everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've got a quick update on the tube radio that I'm currently restoring. Remember in the last video I said that I didn't know anything about the radio. I only knew the brand, the manufacturer was RR Radio. But that was it. I didn't know the type or model number, I had no schematic, and I didn't even know what was the exact year of production. To make it worse, I hadn't even found any picture of the same model anywhere online. So it was really like this model of radio didn't exist. I couldn't find anything about it. Well, I was finally now able to identify the year and type of the radio. The first mention that I found was here on NVHR. I don't know why I didn't notice this earlier. I have checked the website, but I hadn't seen it. So if you here on the website of NVHR search for RR radio, let me show you, then you get all the models that they are aware of that were manufactured by RR Radio, and yeah, they start here. Yeah, they are alphabetical, so not chronological. And let's just scroll down and scroll down until we find something that resembles the radio that I'm restoring. Here, first of all, we encounter here the 650L. Remember that this was the one that I thought was identical to the one that I'm working on. So that's why I named my video originally 650L. So that's this guy, but it's clearly not the same cabinet. So let's just scroll down and see if we can find something better. And then look at this. Here we have it. All the way at the bottom. 3 or 2 models from the bottom. We have here the identical exact model that my radio is. And this was the first picture that I found online of, yeah, this radio. Incredible. And you see that they have mentioned here model number XX35, which basically means that they don't know the model number. They only know the year of production, which is 1935. Now, how they know that it's from 1935, I have no clue. But yeah, let's assume that they are right at the moment. Don't know how they know this. Also, what you notice here is there is no dial pointer on this picture. And it looks like there is also no dial glass, because normally these radios from RR Radio, see, they have here in the top part of the dial glass, they have something, in this case it's red, but most of the time it's white, to cover up the dial bulb. This is also missing on this radio, and it looks like it also doesn't have an original grill cloth. I don't know. So yeah, great. That was the first mention that I actually found on this radio. And then I thought, okay, let's have a look on Radio Museum and see what they have here for RR Radio in 1935. So these are all the models that are listed on Radio Museum for the brand RR Radio. See, it's at the top here. And I sorted them chronologically, and if you then go to 1935, you have all these models over here, starting from 555 until 579. So these ones over here. And the radio I'm working on has 6 tubes, and it has a 2-volt heater lineup. So that means that it's either this model, the 566A, or this model, the 568A. For the rest, Radio Museum doesn't have any info on any of the two, so I guess it's then one of these two, but I still wasn't sure. Then I asked the question on the Dutch forum for old radios. It was related to the capacitor that is in there, and with how I should read the values and with what I should replace it. Anyway, I got my answer, so thanks everyone here on the forum. But then there was someone who replied, see, dear Christoph, Guido Nees has a flyer with this type of radio on it. It's from 1935, type is 568. See, that matches with what I was saying here, 568. Okay, so I was wondering, Guido Nees, I never heard of the guy, so I googled him, and apparently he is the author of a book called the Belgian Radio Manufacturers in the Interbellum. So it's a 440-page book listing more than 100 or about 100 Belgian constructors of radios. So see, I think this guy knows what he's talking about, right? So I managed to find his email address, sent him a mail, and and I asked him to send me the scan, or if possible, a scan of the folder of our radio from 1935. And like 2 hours later, I already had in my mailbox a full scan of the original flyer or folder from this brand from 1935. Amazing, right? So this is the front page, and this is the back page, and there you even have all the tubes and their prices that they costed at that time. Really cool. And then, obviously, the most important part, look at this. Here it is, indeed, type 568. It's on the page with the luxurious models, so you also had pages with cheaper models, but this one here, see, that's it, right? And it's the best picture that I found so far from this type of radio. It cost 2,450 francs, Belgian francs, in 1935, which was a lot. If you think that I looked it up, and the average wage in Belgium at the time was 50 francs for 1 day. So yeah, you can calculate yourself how many days of you had to work to be able to pay such a radio. See, you could also buy it on credit. See, you could buy 13 payments of 209 francs or 25 payments of 119 francs. Incredible. It's really a different time. But hey, I'm really glad that I finally managed to find the exact type 568. And what's also interesting is that we have quite a nice picture here. Okay, it's not perfect, but you see that we do have a dial pointer here, and it's only a dial pointer in one direction, so it's not a needle going in both directions. So I can base myself hopefully on this to make something up, because we need a dial pointer. And also you see that here this part of the dial glass is covered. You see it also on this radio over here with a white piece. I don't know if it's painted white or if it's just a matte piece of glass. I don't know. So we'll also have to come up with something to replicate that, because I also need to have a new piece of glass in here. Okay. Yeah, I'm stoked, really. This is amazing. Really glad that I finally found it. Yeah, so the radio itself, the restoration, I got quite a bit of comments from all of you that, yeah, basically everyone wants to see a full restoration. And guess what? Indeed, I am going to do a full restoration of this radio. But since it's such a huge project, you really have to bear with me, because it's going to take quite a while. And I also think that I'm going to organize the videos per subject. But that means that I'm going to put, for example, all the restoration of the cabinet in one video, all the restoration of the speaker in one video, the repair of the power supply in one video, things like that. So that means that I'm probably going to film these parts in pieces and glue them together to have one subject in one video. But that means that I need to finish the restoration on one subsection of the radio before I can upload that video. So bear with me, because it can maybe go a bit slower, this restoration this time, because really there is a lot of work on this radio. The first video that I will put out is about a tuning condenser. That's the first thing I started working on. That video is nearly finished, so that should not take too long before that is out. And then what comes after, I haven't decided yet. You'll have to see. So, okay, I think that's it for now. I just wanted to give you this quick update that I finally found the type of the radio. And if you're as stoked as me on working about working on this radio, then stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, because you will see an update on this guy quite soon. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.